Caitlin Clark got all but one Rookie of the Year vote. She will not have the distinction of being a unanimous Rookie of the Year. And a lot of people are celebrating that. They're excited. They stay strong, whoever it was that, kept it real and blah, blah, and denied her that distinction.
Angel Reese had that injury to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah.
The 2024 WNBA season was loaded with enthusiasm for the league's rookie class. Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky and Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever both set new marks and had a significant effect on their respective teams. In the middle of the season, Reese and Clark were both strong contenders for the league's Rookie of the Year award. Clark, on the other hand, received the official WNBA award in early October after being recognized by AP.
And is Caitlin Clark in the room?
She sure is.
Yeah, it feels like just yesterday when I called your name to the stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft. You held the Indiana Fever jersey for the first time, and what a record-breaking season for you and the entire team, full of outstanding performances. And I know all of you had hard work and dedication that lead off with your playoffs, etc. But as I know, the best is yet to come. So,
Thanks.
Congratulations, Caitlin. You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the Year.
However, there was some controversy around the decision, as Clark only received 66 out of 67 votes. And I can't believe Caitlin Clark was robbed of her unanimous Rookie of the Year honor. Out of 67 individuals, 66 agreed that Caitlin Clark would win Rookie of the Year, while one chose to vote for Angel Reese. How could the WNBA even allow this to happen? How can 66 people agree, and then one person unexpectedly votes for Angel? The WNBA has added frosting to the cake by admitting they had an agenda against Caitlin Clark after refusing to name her unanimous Rookie of the Year.
Caitlin Clark wins the Rookie of the Year. There was one vote for Angel Reese, everybody else for Caitlin Clark. This is what's happening, is the voters are now putting out on social media, hey, it wasn't me. Hey, it wasn't me. Hey, it wasn't me. I don't know if somebody comes out and says, hey, I voted for Angel Reese.
Caitlin had a record-breaking season, and fans can't understand how anybody could vote for Angel. How can one of the WNBA board members observe the entire season and think Reese performed better? She was the top rookie. Fans think Sheryl Swoopes voted against Caitlin Clark, jeopardizing her hopes of winning unanimously for only the 6th time in history. I'm sure viewership will decrease even worse than before. Fans were not watching when Caitlin was eliminated from the playoffs versus the Sun, and I'm sure this gives them even more cause to stop watching now. Viewer numbers have never been this low since the start of the season. That tells you enough.
Did you see the overwhelming sense of panic on social media as people were realizing that they were now getting exactly what they wanted? Unfortunately for Kat Engelbert and the dump divers in the WNBA, there is no hope. There is no savior. Jealous dump divers, they are getting exactly what they deserve, and I'm here for it. I am here to watch ratings in this rancid dump crash and burn.
The WNBA's hatred for Caitlin has reached new heights, following a season in which Clark dominated but received little acknowledgement. Hopefully, that one individual can be investigated, because no one could have seen this season and said Angel had a better season than Caitlin. Caitlin Clark's final comment to end the season: Year 1 is concluded. Thank you to everyone who has helped make my childhood dream a reality. I'm overwhelmed with thankfulness as I think on the past year of my life. See you all in Year 2. Caitlin Clark's climb to popularity has been marked by several accomplishments, but her most recent WNBA Rookie of the Year vote signals a low point. It's no secret to those who follow women's basketball that Caitlin Clark had an obviously outstanding debut season, which most anticipated to be topped by a unanimous vote for Debut of the Year.
Was named WNBA Rookie of the Year yesterday as announced by the league office. Clark received 67 of 68 votes as the Indiana Fever go back-to-back with her teammate Aaliyah Boston named Rookie of the Year just last season. What an incredible first year of historical proportion for Caitlin Clark. Not only breaking rookie records, breaking league records, breaking franchise records.
For Caitlin Clark's fans, this choice feels more like a theft than a fair competition. There is no doubt that Angel Reese is a terrific player, but comparing her season to Caitlin Clark's is where the problem begins. Clark's statistical domination and effect throughout the season surpassed that of any other rookie. Yet here we are, with one vote standing in the way of her full recognition. For some, voting for Angel Reese appears to have been motivated by personal preferences or biases rather than performance. There has been widespread speculation that Sheryl Swoopes gave the lone vote for Reese. Whether or if this is accurate, the thought that Clark was purposely denied unanimous recognition does not sit well with most supporters. The displeasure over this decision points to a greater issue: the WNBA's politics and prejudices, and how those factors may have worked against Caitlin Clark.
For me, it's not like she just broke records that were set by rookies. She broke records that were set by veterans in this league when they were double digits into their playing career. Caitlin Clark broke those records. For me, the individual performances of Caitlin were phenomenal. They were incredible. My favorite part about her rookie season was how her team started to gel around her and how her chemistry with her teammates grew more and more and more with every game. Her play was outstanding, but how she elevated her teammates was also so fun to watch. Hats off to Caitlin. Should have been unanimous, but I'm just going to stop there.
When you look at the statistics and watch her games, it's clear that Clark was the best rookie. Nonetheless, she was denied her unanimous moment once more, leaving her fans and supporters believing that the WNBA is purposely holding her back. For any rookie, receiving the Rookie of the Year honor is a huge accomplishment, but to win unanimously is something remarkable. Caitlin Clark was on the edge of making history with a unanimous vote, and such honor would have reflected her tremendous season. Instead, one vote has erased that moment, and the consequences of that choice go beyond an award.
Because she should have been a unanimous Rookie of the Year. And just for some historical context, a lot of time Rookie of the Year is typically unanimous or very close to it. Aaliyah Boston was unanimous. I believe Ryan Howard had about 53 out of 56 votes. Right, Kaylin Yoder, I think, was about 47 or 49. So it's typically close. But ever since, Angel Reese had that injury, to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah.
This will state the obvious and pose a question for you. Who was the one person who did not vote for Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year? Whoever the individual was should be examined, since they are essentially claiming that another rookie had a better season than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark must find this difficult to accept. She did everything correctly. She competed at the highest level, set records, and helped advance the game of women's basketball. Despite all of this, she was denied a unanimous vote. It's a moment that could have been career-defining, yet it feels like a squandered opportunity for genuine recognition.
One thing that people forget is, as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists, breaking, like you said, the assist record. To be able to do that as a rookie in the face of that much defensive pressure, should have been unanimous.
It should have been unanimous. And
Caitlin Clark's fan following may be among the most passionate in this circumstance. Her fans have been with her throughout her career, and they have seen personally the racism and harsh treatment she has experienced. For many of them, the Rookie of the Year vote was the final straw. They've witnessed her prejudice on the court, in media coverage, and now in an official vote. Caitlin Clark's supporters agree that she deserves more than this.
I don't think Caitlin Clark's going to care. In 10 years from now, do we go, yeah, but she wasn't a unanimous Rookie of the Year? I don't think we're going to care. I think that'll be the least of the awards that she wins that we'll be talking about. Yes, Marvin?
If it was Shaq, he'd still be mad.
In fact, some of her supporters have suggested that Caitlin Clark quit the WNBA and relocate to Europe. European basketball leagues are recognized for paying their players well and treating them decently. The notion is that Clark will be able to continue her career in Europe without having to deal with the prejudices and politics that appear in the WNBA. Clark's admirers see the European leagues as an opportunity for her to receive the accolades she actually deserves, both in terms of income and treatment as a player. Caitlin Clark, the league's top star, earns a basic salary of roughly $76,000 or $78,000. Caitlin's rookie pay is a little more than $300,000 for 4 years, and that is all she will earn in the WNBA.
I mean, I don't know how you come to the conclusion that she wasn't the unanimous MVP. She got a team into the playoffs when they hadn't been to the playoffs, I think, since 2016 or 2017. Led them in scoring. She led the rookies in scoring. She led them in assists. She averaged like 6 rebounds a game. She set record for scoring, rebound, assists. I mean, three-pointers a minute.
To truly grasp the angst around the Rookie of the Year voting, consider Caitlin Clark's performance during the season. Her domination surpassed that of any other rookie and, in many circumstances, any other player in the league. She topped the league in various statistical categories, including as points, assists, and minutes. Her ability to take over games and lead her team was clear from the start of the season and only grew stronger as the year progressed. Clark's performance this season was commendable not only as a rookie, but as a player in general. The Rookie of the Year voting is only one example of the prejudice Caitlin Clark has seen during her career. From the moment she joined the WNBA, there was a sense that she was held to a higher standard than other players. Clark has experienced barriers that many say are unjust, whether it is in the media attention she receives, how she is treated by referees during games, or league officials' choices. I don't believe anyone watched the two play and said, "I think Angel Reese is actually the better rookie," based on stat lines, team results, or any other metric you want to look at. Improvement from one year to the next with that player, stats, records broken, head-to-head. This prejudice has been especially visible in the way Clark's achievement has been minimized. Despite her record-breaking accomplishments, there has been a reluctance to accept her as the league's face. This is odd given her influence on the WNBA.
When they got eliminated from the playoffs, the attendance dropped, the ratings dropped. Now I wouldn't need to know because it's the old guard. It is this and that. So what's the reason now? Because they're trying to give you every other reason why. So now give me the reason why. She's gone. Is the old guard still watching? Why are these fans? If the WNBA is more, it is, and I get it. Why aren't people watching?
One of the most upsetting elements about Caitlin Clark's treatment by the WNBA is that the organization is passing up a huge opportunity. Clark has the potential to be the WNBA's face, attracting new fans and taking the game to new heights. However, the league has been sluggish to completely accept her. Clark's effect in the WNBA is evident. Her games are must-see events, and she has a loyal fan base that watches her every move. When Clark plays, people pay attention. She can attract new viewers who were previously uninterested in women's basketball. Despite this, the WNBA is unwilling to fully capitalize on her celebrity status. This is a squandered opportunity for Caitlin Clark and the league as a whole. By failing to properly back Clark, the WNBA misses out on an opportunity to expand the game and reach new audiences. There is little doubt that Caitlin Clark possesses the talent and star power to succeed wherever she goes. Whether she decides to continue in the WNBA, go to Europe, or pursue other opportunities, her future is full with choices. But one thing is certain, Caitlin Clark's admirers will be behind her every step of the way, no matter where her profession takes her. The Rookie of the Year voting may have been disappointing, but it is not the end of Caitlin Clark's tale. In reality, it's only the beginning. And what about next year's MVP race after Clark came in fourth this year?
A'ja Wilson has had the most difficult season of her career. She couldn't get the credit she deserved because Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, to get the same credit. She's MVP of the league, I think, for the third time. She's won 2 championships. She's got a statue at the University of South Carolina. Have we not done enough to celebrate A'ja Wilson? Have you contributed to her life being 10 times as hard?
A'ja Wilson is currently the league's face, but Clark is the newest star and phenomenon who has proven that she is here to stay. Clark can compete with the league's greatest players, and then some. Expect a fantastic season in 2025. A'ja Wilson is the best player in the WNBA according to personal stats, and it might not even be close. This past season, she topped the league in scoring with 26.9 points per game and was named MVP. She scored 26.9 points, 11.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 2.6 blocks, and 1.8 steals per game. She also shot 51.8% from the field and 84.4% from the foul line. Her career has been best described as controlling. She has 2 WNBA championships, 3 MVPs, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and 6 All-Star appearances. Wilson is the league's face, thus the odds of her being the first pick again next year make sense. Her mix of offensive and defense renders her nearly invincible. However, Caitlin Clark is knocking on the door, having broken the assist records, contributed to the most point in a season ever, and many more records along the way. And let's not forget, Caitlin Clark is the primary reason the WNBA saw a tremendous increase in popularity this season. She is a phenomenon in her own right. She arrived with an incredibly dynamic style of play, She has no fear of shooting and will shoot the ball from wherever on the basketball court. She tries to get as many other participants engaged as possible. She scored 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, 8.4 assists, and 1.3 steals per game. She also shot 41.7% from the field, 34.4% from beyond the arc, and 90.6% from the foul line. The Fever had a tough start to the season, but they recovered and made the playoffs, owing in large part to her performance. She will only improve over time in the league, so these odds make a lot of sense, don't you think?